Good morning, Wojak ETH community. Today is January 2nd, 2026. Um, Woke up this morning hoping that, not hoping, but expecting that the bids that I put in on Gate.io would be filled for Wojak. Hence, it was quite a surprise to see that the whole market was green. And Wojak finally moved up 13, 14%. I think the highest point, at least on Gate.io, it reached 0.00015. So it's almost like a 40% move from the recent low of 0.00012. Yeah, what actually 0.00112 around that area. So it seems to be led by the whole market. It seems to be led by PayPay. For the past 2 days, PayPay moved up 30%. Um, it's great to see because Wojak as a meme is closely tied together with PayPay. I mean, I meant the investor base. Many people who buy into PayPay, they also buy into Wojak. So it's wonderful to see that PayPay is leading the way, even more so than the traditional meme coins like Doge and Floki, these tokens. So I'm not reading too much into it because, like Reverend Cloud said, there's so many false signals before. You kind of get desensitized from these moves. Um, but it's certainly an encouraging sign to see. Um, I don't know about you guys. Every time the market is green, my mood certainly improves. Uh, but hopefully, we've seen the worst, and from now on, it's going to be smooth sailing. I mentioned a couple of videos ago that the current market condition reminded me of end of 2020, early 2021. I think I misspoke in that video. I said that in January of 2020, the market just moved up tremendously. I actually meant it was 2021. We also had 2020, the holiday season was horrible for crypto. But in January and into February, I believe, that was when the whole crypto just moved in 2021. And that started this huge bull market of 2021 that I believe the majority of people, in crypto right now, they came from that cycle. And I feel like we're in a similar situation here. I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully, we're gonna see the overall market just going up in January and February into March, and finally, we're gonna see the alt season that we've all been anticipating. Uh, but knock on wood, there's so many false alarms. I still have a little bit cash available just in case it drops uh, below the 1200 level. But Bitcoin is staying steady, um, and we're just hoping that the good news is going to come, that U.S. is going to announce a strategic buying of Bitcoin for its reserves. That the new Fed chairman is going to be bullish on Bitcoin and on crypto, and money is going to start flowing, from precious metals to Bitcoin. It's hard to imagine that silver right now, the market cap of silver has exceeded the total market cap of crypto in general. That's ridiculous. We should be overtaking gold, soon. So hopefully, the market is going to adjust, and the capital is going to flow back into crypto in the coming month. But do your own research. Is my anticipation. Is my own, judgment. Um, and God knows I've been wrong many times before. So do your own research. Don't believe anyone. Don't believe me. Don't believe any gurus of crypto. You have to develop your own strategy and conviction because your financial situation is very unique. Your financial situation is different from mine, different from everybody else's. So a strategy that's right for me might not be right for you. Um, so that's why developing your own strategy and conviction is so important in crypto. And I was worried a couple of days ago, thinking that why is Bitcoin? I mean, why is Wojak not moving, even when the overall market seems to be stabilizing and moving up? And lo and behold, capital did flow into Wojak this morning. It just shows you that the crypto market, more than probably any other market out there, is the most efficient, open market out there, financial market out there, even more than stocks. Because stocks, and bonds, they are heavily regulated by policies, by regulations and laws. But you know, Bitcoin and crypto is still the wild, wild west. Before the regulations come in, we still see these scam coins. These knockoffs on Solana. Um, so whenever you're in the efficient financial market and there is a recognition of undervalued assets like Wojak, eventually the capital is going to flow in there. There's not going to be a lot of, you won't be able to manipulate, you won't be able to control the capital flow to prevent, such low, like undervalued assets to be kept low. So that's a very encouraging sign to see. That means, if what I'm saying is right, that Wojak is the most undervalued asset on the planet, eventually the big capitals in crypto, they're gonna see it, they're gonna find it, and they're gonna buy it, and that's what I'm banking on. So, um, speaking of the overall market, just want to touch on the news again of Warren Buffett. I guess yesterday was his last day. Um, so it's like the traditional finance. They're making a big deal out of this. I think this news is great for crypto in general because we all know that he was totally against Bitcoin. Him and Charlie Munger, these old timers. They believe that Bitcoin and crypto is rat poison squared. So hopefully after he retires, it opens up Berkshire Hathaway to the possibility of acquiring digital assets. Maybe they're already doing it in the background, but we will not know that until the quarterly report that's coming out probably in March. So, but all news, all signs are pointing to a very, very bullish period that we're going to enter for crypto. Again, it's not without risk. No, like we said a couple days ago, nobody can predict Bitcoin price. Who knows? It can go to $10 million in a few months, or it can crash down to, I don't know, maybe 40, 50,000. But I cannot see that Bitcoin goes to zero. It's impossible unless we have some catastrophic event like World War III or nuclear war or EMP attack. But then again, if we are in such situations, nothing can save us. Not precious metals, not silver and gold, not dollar. Um, so as long as we assume that the world is gonna stay semi-peaceful, um, the 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 time power law of Bitcoin is gonna take over. That with time, um, the price is going to go up, exponentially. So all the ups and downs along the way, those are the fluctuations that are just part of this game, and um, and I believe that if Bitcoin goes to if it goes to $1 million, we're going to be at $1. And if you buy any amount, trace amount of Wojak at these price levels, you'll be a millionaire by then. And a lot of people are anticipating hyperinflation and dollar is going to be weak. I think dollar will be weak, but it's still not going to be, totally thrown out, especially if the world is pivoting into digital dollar, you know. Um, and if U.S. establishes a 5% goal of accumulating Bitcoin is going to help the US dollar in the long run, because capital is going to flow into US dollar in order to buy these stable coins that in turn will be used to purchase Bitcoin. So I'm very, very bullish, but cautiously, with caution at the same time, because we've seen so many disappointments over the past few months. But shout out to the community, to Christoph, to Chris Luth, to Francois, Ash, to VR, Billionaire, of course, Angelina, Cherry, Wojak OG, and Carl, and as well to any of the members I didn't get a chance to mention. Thank you guys for staying active. Let's just encourage one another in bear markets and in bull markets, and continue to build the community, because that's really where the value is. It's not the token, it's not the ticker, it's not the advertisements, the handles on X. It's not even the price and the volume of the token. It's really the community. So let us be mindful of that and encourage one another. Okay, thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.